And I think I'm live. Yeah, no fancy intros. I'm just starting off right away. As soon as the stream comes on, I have it on another monitor playing right now. So I have to mute it. So if you hear something, anyway, I should first. Okay. Yeah. My bad. Sorry about that. I have to first say hi to all the 22 people watching. Hello, everyone. Man, that's a lot of comments already on the live chat. I'm like, I guess part of me is nervous because this is my first official live stream after I got a lot of subs. But yeah, let's without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's start answering the questions. So yeah, let's do this. So lots of people saying hi. Hello everyone. Let's see. Now I think these are emojis. I think that okay. So Chandranshu says this, which is probably an emoji on YouTube live chat, but yeah, this is what it looks like on when I pull it up on screen. But so if I do pull that up in future and it looks like this, remember it's an emoji in the chat. It's an emoji on YouTube. Okay, Q&A. Let's see. Venkata asks, "What's my age?" I'm 30 years old, bro. Yeah, happy? So, let's see. Srinidhi asks, "Why didn't you speak much in the event in Kerala?" I spoke as much as I needed to. There was one area, the others have far more expertise than I do. In the others in the panel, that is, have far more expertise than I do in the topic at hand. But I was fairly they knew really well about what fossils said, what fossils meant what, and a lot of the questions were on such topics, so I didn't have much to say there. But on the atheism related questions, I did have a lot to say, and I hope you did watch the parts where I did speak. um I says yes. Let's see. Late. What late, bro? I was here exactly at 8 p.m. on the dot. Okay. So what else? I'm only going through questions. Otherwise, oh, there is 63 people already. I'm like, oh my god. So fuck. I'm sorry. I'm gonna swear a lot. During during as this live stream progresses, you're gonna have to excuse me. But yes, yeah. With that said, fuck. That's a lot of questions people are asking me. Do I know Hindi? Venkat asks. I do know Hindi. हिंदी में बात कर सकता हूँ, लेकिन थोड़ा मुश्किल मुश्किल है इसलिए मैं हिंदी में बोलना शुरू किया तो आप लोग भाग जाओगे। मुझे मुझे अभी भी 73 व्यूअर्स ही है। um, yeah, I don't want them to run away, so I'm gonna continue in English, bro. Let's see. What is your beyond class 12th education beyond 12th? Did you take math or biology in 11th and 12th? So I took so beyond 12th, I'm an engineer. I did my engineering in NIT Calcut. That's what I did beyond 12th. And did I take math or bio in 11th or 12th? I didn't take bio, I took math. But I had a keen interest in bio. So I ended up reading a lot in bio. I took math only for practical purposes because that's where I needed marks to get into engineering. And at the time, I want to pursue engineering. But yeah. So, more questions. Let's see. Lots of people saying hi. Hi, everyone. Um, Huge fan spreading. Thanks, man. I appreciate the compliment. Do you believe in free will? So this is a topic that I'm not super well versed on. So there is I need to read up a lot more on this, and there is a camp of people that say that free will is something that doesn't exist. But yeah, I think you're trying to you know shoehorn or funnel me into that line of thinking where I have to accept religion because religion says you get free will. So yeah, why don't you speak in Malayalam? Yeah, Malayalam സംസാരിക്കാം ബ്രോ. പക്ഷേ എൻ്റെ ഓഡിയൻസ് ഫുൾ എന്താ പറയുക നോർത്ത് ഇന്ത്യൻസ് ആൻഡ് നോൺ മലയാളം സ്പീക്കേഴ്സ് ഫ്രം ദ റെസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യ. സോ അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞാൻ മലയാളം സംസാരിക്കാത്തത്. ഓക്കെ, but I can speak in Malayalam as much as you want. But I don't want to because a lot of people in the chat will be left out if I do that, which is how I feel when a lot of my friends talk in Hindi. No, no, I'm kidding. I learned Hindi. um, okay. What's the next question? Big fan. Venkata, I've said your name, man. Many times I've said your name. Do you want me to say the whole name? Okay. Let's see. Let's see. What are the next couple of questions? Hmm. Ooh, Aditi says, please make more videos on astronomy. Astronomy is an area that I'm really passionate about, that I'm really interested in. So yes, I do want to make a lot more videos on astronomy. I have a lot of topics that I've thought about also, but again, time is what I want more of, and resources, I guess. So yeah, but it's going well so far. More videos on astronomy coming right up. Let's see. What's one conspiracy theory that you are kind of convinced about? Huh. I haven't. I'm not really. There's no conspiracy theory that comes to mind. All the ones that I can think of are so outrageous, so out there that you know. Uh, I mean, I have to throw my common sense in the dustbin to think that's true. So let's see more questions. Um, Rahil asks, "Where do I live? I live in the city of Bangalore." That's all I'm gonna say. Um, let's see. I'm looking at questions that I want to pull in over here. Oh, okay. That's a good question. Halder asks, what is the need of God in these modern times? I'd say there is none. I'd say there is none. I'd say you don't need religion either. Uh, and people sometimes tackle this with a fallacy saying, hey, you need to believe in something. If you remove belief from people, if you show people that this belief is wrong, then you have to replace it with something else in order for them to have that trust, have that psychological support that they can lean on. That's just bullshit in my opinion, because what are you doing? You're I mean, you're getting people to lie to themselves just to feel better. Like, that's like saying you should give heroin just so someone can feel good. Heroin is not good. The same way religion is not good. Religion has issues beyond just making someone feel good. You're focusing only on one aspect of religion. There's a lot more to religion, a lot of negative things that happen because of religion. uh, so you have to think about what else are you doing in the process of making someone feel good, giving someone that psychological support. What else are you doing in the process? Think of all the violence and all the bloodshed and all the I'm kind of looking at the other extreme as well, but yeah, that's something you have to think about when you uh, when you say stuff like this. So you have to ask yourself, is the lie worth it? Okay. Venkat asks, what are your thoughts regarding the flying beast Havan tweet? I made an entire video on it. uh you can, yeah, just go to the main channel, you'll find it. Bro, please debunk. Cape Crusader asks, Cape Crusaders who? Batman, right? uh bro, please debunk motivational speakers. I want you to be a little more specific. If you want me to debunk a particular claim, let me know. I'll think about it. I have a lot of topics, queued up already. So I have to think about uh, how good a video this I can make this. So yeah, man, there are a lot of comments. Um, okay. Mm, mm. Varun asks, have you read The Demon Haunted World? Yeah, that's one of his best books. One of Carl Sagan's best books. I'd highly recommend it to anyone that wants to improve critical thinking. There's one chapter called The Balloony Detection Kit in that book. I think it's the sixth chapter. It's amazing. It's like you read that, I think you'll be able to spot bullshit when you see it. um let's see. Yeah, Venkata asked something again. Venkata is really active in the chat. Thanks, man. Dear Pranav, I am a theist, but I'm so much influenced by you. But I have one problem with atheism. What would happen if God is real? Then I will definitely go to hell if I did not believe in him. See, the the thing that people don't understand with hey, you either believe in God or you don't. If you don't, you go to hell. So it's better to believe in God. I think there's something called the Pascal's wager that says something along these lines. The issue with that and this statement is the fact that we can't really choose what we believe in. Where belief is something unconscious. You believe in something uh, because you've gotten, or you've seen enough reason, or you have uh, gotten enough samples of evidence that convinces you to think the way you do. So belief happens as a result of that. You don't choose the things you see. You don't actually, you do choose the things you see, but you don't choose the things you believe in. It's kind of like falling in love. You don't choose to fall in love. It's something that happens because it's something that is controlled by your subconscious mind, not your conscious. So you will end up believing based on what you've already seen. So belief is not something you can choose. So if God turns out to be real, uh, you can't you can't uh, have you can't believe in God. You can't choose to believe in God. I hope I'm making sense. I ranted a bit, I guess, but yeah, you can't choose to believe something true. And there's another thing that you're not thinking about. If God created everything, he created this person as an atheist, right? So if this person went to God after death, as you say, if God were real, um, if this person goes to God, then God shouldn't be surprised, because he only created the person as an atheist. So if he's an atheist, God shouldn't be surprised. And if he's going to go to if the person is going to go to hell because of that, I mean, God kind of pre-decided that he was gonna be sent to hell before, uh, before any of this, before even creating him, because uh, he was gonna be an atheist, right? Anyway, this yeah, I don't want to talk about these are some basic. I mean, I would say these are questions you would first have as see this idea, first begin to see this idea of atheism. So yeah, I'm gonna move on. Ajay says, I love this channel more than sciences. Joe, thanks, man. Although I do wanna devote equal attention to both. Um, Trust me, even though I've not put out another video on sciences job lately, I'm working on multiple videos on the channel at the same time. It's just that work the videos take so much effort from multiple people that I have to create a pipeline to get all that done. But trust me, there's a release coming out this week. But thank you for you know you can subscribe to either channel. Let's see. Somebody remind me to end the stream at 9 o'clock, because otherwise I'll just ramble on forever. Um, I'm gonna move on to questions. Please, I'm not gonna publicly say my location in Bangalore. I'm not gonna do that. Bye. Um, Amrit says Pranav's baking Breaking Bad. What do you mean? Like, I do a good what's his name, Heisenberg impression though. When I go bald, when I shave my hair, you can watch those videos. I do kind of look like him though. Soon we'll have a silver play button. Oh, Chandranshu says soon we'll have a silver play button right here. Wait, right here. So yeah, hopefully, so the main channel is nearing 100K subscribers. So yeah, hopefully we will. I'm gonna scroll down to more questions. Oh, BS says something on the Oppenheimer Bhagavad Gita quote. See, everyone is inspired by good literature, and scripture is often good literature. And Oppenheimer's quote is nothing but a metaphor that he derived from Gita. He didn't say anything literal about nuclear science or anything remotely associated with nuclear science being in the Bhagavad Gita. The thing is, some people like to believe that he did, and they parade around how awesome their ancestors were by saying that. I made a video on this. Watch my Shri's errors, that video. Yeah. um MG says, I became more rational over the years watching your content. Thank you, Pranav. I'm endorsing your content to family members. Thanks a lot, MG. Yeah, my aim when I started this channel off, my aim was to get more people to think more rationally about everything, help people not fall into scams and all, because that's just a consequence of thinking rationally. I mean, not falling prey to scams is a consequence. So yeah, I want to hear stuff like this. This is what I made the channel for. Thank you. um um yeah, Tanmay wants a shout out. Hey Tanmay. um mm, yeah. Cape Crusade asks, Pranav, any other rational YT channels that you'd recommend? I'd recommend Vimo for sure, because he is, in fact, I'd say he has way more clarity than me about a lot of things. So you should definitely check out. He does streams, multiple times per week. So you should definitely go to his channel. And there are a lot of no, there are a lot of regional language channels that do spread rationality, but none in a more accessible language in India. However, there are many American channels that I know that do try to spread rationality. Professor Dave is one. Check out his channel, bro. It's an amazing channel. Um, and I think there are a lot of most atheist channels are also rationalist channels at the same time. I would recommend Rationality Rules. He does a lot of rationality topics, more focused on philosophy. But yeah, um, what Rajashekar Reddy asks, what are your thoughts on God coming into human? Are you talking about God, the avatar of an avatar of God? See, that's a very specific question you're asking to an atheist. My thoughts are that I don't believe in God. And it served me perfectly well. When you think more rationally in terms of evidence, you'll ask certain questions, and the answer to that is just you is just a path to non-belief. And yeah, as a consequence of that, yeah, since I don't believe in God, wh- why would I believe God comes into humans? Okay. Let's see. Oh man, lots of people saying statements. Hey, thank you everyone for complimenting. And yeah, so I'm having a hard time selecting good questions. Um, oh, there's a good one. Ritesh asks, will religions collapse one day? These are my thoughts on this. Religion is a consequence of the human need to. So, I've talked about this in a video on the main channel. I've talked about agency detection. So, humans have a tendency to assign anything they can't explain to an agent, a causal agent who is behind that thing that can't be explained. And if and I also explained the evolutionary reasons why we tend to think this way. And if we have evolved to think In terms of this, I don't think religions will ever collapse. Um, Maybe religions might collapse, but some sort of pseudoscience or some sort of belief system based on an agent will still exist because we are evolved that way. We are that way. The reason I speak out against religion often is because of all the all the negatives that religion brings. Yep. So let's see. Mm, I'm not gonna take that question. Who would you? Oh, okay, that's a good question. So, anode. I hope you pronounce that anode because you have that thing over the e. I don't know how you want to be pronounced. But would you hang out with Newton or Darwin? I would hang out with Carl Sagan. That's what. If I had the choice of anyone, I would hang out with Carl Sagan. But between Newton and Darwin, I'd probably hang out with Newton because he's more of a physics guy and a lot of physics things to ask him. So, yeah. Um, mm, no. So, Ayush asks, this stream will not be deleted later, right? No, it won't. It'll stay on. Um, my God, how many more questions are there? I only reached this question. Like, oh man. Mm, how many people? Oh, 133 people. Oh my God. Hey everyone for tuning in live. Um, mm, yeah, Anand Shivram asks a good question. Why a country sucks in scientific spirit, even though it has a good scientific background? So I have a lot of thoughts on this, and I'm thinking of doing a main channel video on this topic. Uh, here's what I think. So I would say India, uh, a lot of India lacks a lot of people in India, even though they have good scientific education, they lack scientific temper, and they're the ones that I see, you know, endorsing or going for things like alternative medicine or astrology or things like that, and they make huge life decision, irreversible life decisions like someone's marriage or moving into a house. I've seen someone, selling a house because an astrologer told him it's something bad for him or something. um, but yeah, why do people believe this? So here's what I think about this. I think in India, at least, or in the households, mainly in middle class, most of India's middle class, maybe not by the strict definition of middle class, but most people are from homes where uh, parents want to improve their economic standards, and so they send children in to learn science because learning science gets them the highest paying jobs, and that's the best way of increasing economic status of the family. So because of that, a lot of people that study sorry about that a lot of people that study science, they don't study science with the intention of. By the way, is the audio working? I hit the mic. uh someone say if the audio is working or not. So yeah, most people that study science don't study science with the intention of don't study science for yeah, audio is working. Okay, great, great guys. Don't study science with the intent for for science itself, because not because they see any intrinsic beauty in science. They study science only to get good marks or to get into science subjects, get into engineering, medicine, whatever. So because people study science only to reach that end goal of making more money, they end up not really learning science, but rather mugging up science in order to score well in exams or whatever they need to do to get that money, bro. Yeah, because of this attitude towards science in India, I think that's the main reason why India lacks scientific temper. Because science is not seen for its own beauty. People are not interested in science. People only want science so much, only want science as so much of science to improve their economic status. I hope that made sense. um Gonna scroll down. Roni asks, who are the top three people who influenced you, and which books do you recommend? So, for sure, one has to be Carl Sagan. I absolutely love Carl Sagan's version of Cosmos. If you haven't seen, a lot of you would have seen Neil deGrasse Tyson's version of Cosmos, but if you haven't seen Carl Sagan's version of Cosmos, watch it. It's amazing. I think he is the epitome of what it means to be a communicator, and not just a communicator of science, because he's extremely eloquent, and the way he expresses thoughts, the way he says what he's thinking, or the way he's so good at convincing someone of whatever idea he's saying, is just, I've never seen anyone communicate at as well as he does. The other top three people, so I don't have people, I have books that influence me. So one book would be, I mean, a lot of people, of course, influence me, but it's very hard to narrow down to a top three. But books, I would say, there's this book called Atomic Habits. I highly recommend you read that. I think it's what helped me create a streamline, a habit of working on this channel, and that's what helped me in the initial stages, at least when I had less than 1K subs. Like, I just went into that mode of creating a habit of content creation, and that's what helped me, I think. So I'd also recommend Carl Sagan's book, A Demon Haunted World. It's amazing for critical thinking. And what else would I recommend? Can't think of any of the top of my head. I'll come back to that. Um, what else? Yeah, Soro Dindu Rudra. Hope I didn't butcher your name. He asks, "How do you get a beard like me?" Well, my beard is one of my prized assets, but yeah, it all comes down to genes, bro. Unfortunately, so I mean, unless you can choose your dad or mom, you. I mean, I don't have a solution for you, bro. So, what are the statistics? Let's see. It's not religion that causes bloodshed, it's extremism. So, where is that extremism coming from? What are the fundamental ideas on which a lot of those extremisms are based? Um, Ooh, Lalit asks a question. What is your opinion about if people stop believing in God, no one will be moral and there will be ruckus in the entire world? I did answer this in my recent response to comments video, but see, this is how you respond to this. If a belief in God is the only thing uh, making you act moral in the world, then you're not really a good person. Uh, that's what I would say to anyone who says this. Yeah, morality doesn't require God. You can, if you are moral only because of God, then you're not moral at all. Uh, yeah. I would say go to that video where I answered this question exactly. I give a more well thought out answer than that. Okay. Mm, oh, yeah. That too, Revin says a good point here. Yeah, people are born into a religion. People never choose their religion. Soumi asks, how did you come to an idea of this YouTube channel? And yeah, you're helping a lot of people. Thanks. Really appreciate the compliment. And how I came to start this channel was, see, I'm a science person. I have a science background. I worked in science education for quite some time before doing this YouTube thing. And I guess initially, at least, YouTube was just a way for me to put out my thoughts on science and make videos on topics in science. But I realized very soon that there's no one in. See, there was a lot of pseudoscience on Indian YouTube, and there was no one who was really talking against any of it. Pseudoscience is just running rampant all over YouTube India unchecked. And initially, although my first couple of videos were on science topics, uh, I did one video on rationality, on being rational, and that got a lot of traction, and so I decided to go down this route. But I will continue to do science videos as well. So mm, man, it's a pain to select questions. Do you think, Billy asks, do you think extraterrestrial intelligent life exists? It could. It could. See, absolutely. Why not? Because we know extraterrestrial, we know intelligent life exists here, and we know there are. We've discovered so many planets that are, perfectly well. The conditions are perfectly well maintained for life. So why not intelligent life existing there? So, yeah, I do think so. We've just never found it. I don't know if we'll ever find it. Mm, yeah. Why do a lot of people want to believe Hinduism mythology is history? So, I think for a lot of people, their religion kind of is a source of power for them, be it political parties, be it just religious organizations or organizations that have some um, affiliation with their religion, and calling it history, calling it factual, in other words, gives them more validity. In other words, it makes them feel more powerful, makes them be more powerful, maybe. But yeah, that's why they want to assert this. Yeah, but this is not, it's not a sudden thing they can start claiming. It'll only happen slowly over time. So they're kind of, starting to do small baby steps, like calling it history, calling it scientific, whatever. But eventually you won't notice, you won't see the final move coming where they suddenly have a lot of power. You'd start thinking, okay, where did this come from? So that's what I think about this. um um mm. Hey Vimo, what's up? Um, so Vimo asks, when is Litmus happening again? So Litmus happens once every year, and it's the event. It's the event run by Essence in Kochi. So yeah, you can expect it next year. But all major cities have something happening. They'll hold another one in Bangalore soon, and hopefully you'll find me there. Um, no, QI Fruit asks, do you believe that yogis may have supernatural powers? No, I don't believe that. If they want me to believe that, show evidence. That's it. Man, a lot of people are spamming the same question over and over again. There's one guy really obsessed with my beard. Um, uh, Yeah, Ray asks, what's your opinion on those who mix spirituality of any sort with science? Spirituality, I've said this in a video. If any of you haven't watched it, check out my video on. It's called the Pseudoscience Poster Boy of India. How beer biceps, uh, find science in spirituality. Watch that video. So, my opinion is that people try to make, it's not just spirituality, it's religion or anything, any even alternative medicine has things like this, where they try to associate it with something scientific, or calling it scientific in an effort to make it sound more valid, make it appear more valid. So my opinion on people like that, I would say almost all of them are scammers. um yeah, some of them are probably just misguided, but most of them are scammers for sure. Okay. Yeah, Ritayan, I do have a Discord server. Yeah, it's always in my description link. In fact, this video should have a link to my Discord server. Hey Genesis, when will I get super chat? So this channel is not monetized. If you do wish to contribute, which I'd really appreciate, you can do that on the main channel. I've provided a link in the description. But this channel will probably get monetized in a week or two. At that point, I don't know if I'll have super chat though, but yeah, I'll try and see what I can do about it. Um. Hmm. Oh man, I feel I've not even gotten close to the end because some of the points I made earlier, people are commenting on that now. So yeah. Um mhm. You know what? I will respond to this one question. Yeah, Genesis says God never predecides our choices. That's not what all theists believe, bro. Then what do you believe? And what is the basis of your belief? That's what I would ask. How do you know whether he pre-decides or doesn't? Sorry about that, man. Lot of people watching again. Once again, hello to all of you and thank you for tuning in. Um, Oh, Law Kick. I hope I'm saying that right. Says, when can we see a meme review? You will see one very soon. I wanna do one as soon as possible, but I'm not. I'll have to do a random sort of meme review, but I really want to do a Reddit reaction. Maybe my subreddit isn't big enough at this point, but yeah, want to do one soon. Bro, what? Okay. Hmm. So, Ayush asks, can you explain why chiropractors are not real doctors? See, what chiropractors do is all they do is they adjust bones, and maybe adjusting bones does have some relief they can do to maybe pain or some physical bone related whatever, but the thing is they use adjustment of bones as a solution to everything. No matter even if you have a, let's say, a neurological problem, you go to chiropractor and he'll solve your issue by adjusting your bones. um, I've had experience with a chiropractor, and that's why I can confidently say this. And they're not real doctors because their what they do, what they practice, is not based on science. It's a pseudoscience. It's just not based on the scientific method. They don't have evidence. If you ask them for evidence for what they do, they don't have any. They won't have any. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, Akshay asks, why does time slow down near black hole? So, for this, I'd have to go a little bit into relativity, but basically, yeah, I didn't expect science questions at all. I'm so glad that one came up. What happens is uh, the formula or the way relativity works, or the way the formulas work, is that speed of light remains constant, and speed is basically distance by time, right? So in order to maintain speed as constant, length has to, there's something known as length contraction. Length has to grow smaller, and time dilation, that's what it's called. So time has to grow longer. So 1 second, the unit of time, grows longer. So I would have to explain this with formulas and everything. I will. you know what, questions like these make me want to do a live stream with a whiteboard. So maybe expect that in future. But yeah, that's a reason. Black holes are regions where so the gravity, the fabric of space time is extremely there's a singularity at a black hole. And how do I explain that without some visual aids? um how do I explain what singularity is? Okay, so imagine a rubber sheet, and imagine one point on that rubber sheet that's like someone is pinching and pulling it down all the way. So when you go there, as you go nearer to that point, you're basically going down into that hole, right? That's what a black hole is. And the closer you go there, the dimension of time uh, stretches down into infinity, like the slope becomes infinity. It's very hard to explain that, bro. So yeah, that's basically what happens. Maybe I'll explain that in a future video. You didn't read hey, thanks man, thanks Kushi for the compliment. And yeah, thank you. There was no question there. um mm, some of the things are repeated. So some of the messages are repeated. um Rahil says, you look like a brown version of rationality rules. Thank you. That's a compliment. I really admire rationality rules. So yeah. um the stream will not be, let's see, more questions. Oh, I'm like taking long breaks between questions. People not bored by that, I guess. Yeah, I appreciate you staying on. So, yeah, Tanmay, right? Asks, bro, how do you convince parents to be atheists? So, it's very hard to do that because people that live like 40, 50 years thinking one thing, to suddenly get them to think that everything they've been thinking all this while is wrong. And uh, something else is actually true, is very hard to do. It's like, see, there are see as you grow older, your see, human lives are basically what we do is we create models of everything around us. That's as we grow older in life, that's what we do, our models of things. uh, every time you see or observe something happening, we refine our models a little more. Basically what we're doing is a scientific method. The issue is that humans have a lot of biases. And as you grow older, uh, you would have seen so much that confirms models. But whatever you saw is biased. Your samples of observation are all biased. The issue is humans don't have a way of uh, countering these biases in a way. And so because of some biased views, some biased observations all their life, they would start thinking their models of the world would be so confirmed that to disconfirm it and to make them think that something else is a more accurate model, is gets even harder as they grow older. So yeah, I hope I made sense. So, so Funlalngir, did I say that right? Um, Asks, how do you cultivate a scientific temper and critical thinking among the youth? So, this is something I run my whole channel on. And what I would say is, try and so the if you ask that question, if you think if you value scientific temper, you are automatically on the path to improving your scientific temper, to think critically about things. You're already on that path. So I would tell people to, if you're interested in scientific temper, go seek out content. Go seek out content. Need not always mean videos. Go seek out books. Go seek out maybe some podcasts or audio or whatever you prefer, um, where that influences your way of thinking. And I think you're automatically on that path to getting there. So yeah, I think asking questions like these is where it all starts. So, yeah. So, I'm gonna end this stream in 5 more minutes. So, yeah. Do you okay? I'm gonna scroll down to some top question that someone asks. Um, I'm scrolling all the way down. Hmm. Oh my God, I've so much to scroll before I reach the end. So, yeah, I think that's a good question. That's a good note to end on also. What is my next debunk? I'll make that question. What is my next video on the main channel? So I'm making a video on one, the circadian rhythm, two, water memory. That's a huge scientific controversy that has a very interesting story around it. And I'm also going to be making a video on the church, on the Catholic Church. I think some of my haters will be really happy hearing that. I'll answer one more question and then I'll probably end. um mm, I think that's a good question. Yeah. Hey Pranav, Zia asks, hey Pranav, personal question, but were you always religious, or was there a certain point when you started to question dogma and ultimately end up becoming an atheist? So I'd say that I was very religious when I was younger, but I always kind of questioned dogma, I guess. Um, in fact, I remember there was this incident. I don't want to go into it, but long story short, I thought that many elements within religious stories and mythology, were a little fabricated. I mean, obviously, you and I and the world was not created by God, right? So things like that I didn't believe, but I did kind of believe in this higher power or whatever. And I remember I used to, be religious to the extent where I went to temples and stuff. But around the age of 15, 16, 17, I started doubting and started thinking, hey, why am I believing all this? Is it because people tell me to? And I come from a very conservative background. And yeah, I started uh, getting all these questions, thinking about all these things. And it was only in college that I got exposed to to the thoughts of really prominent atheists at the time. So this was in the late 2000s. That's when I kind of became an atheist full fledged. And I'd say my inspirations for sure were people like Richard Dawkins and Sam Harris and Christopher Hitchens. Hit slaps are fucking amazing videos to watch. So yeah, with that said, I'm gonna end the stream here. It's been 1 hour. Thanks everyone for joining. This may not have been as entertaining a stream as I wanted it to be, but hey, this was my first stream. Hopefully, things will get more entertaining as I get more used to doing this often. So that's it from me. I'll see everyone in the next video. Goodbye. See you.